When wars and dictatorships end, people, especially victims and survivors, need acknowledgement and justice for past crimes to make reconciliation and peace sustainable. It's unrealistic, though, for any society to prosecute all past abuses. So it's a fine line. If perpetrators are free or still have power and there's no accountability, the trauma never ends and there is no trust in the government. And if there's no justice, people may seek their own retribution, and that can end a fragile peace. Transitional justice is a temporary process that tries to redress the legacy of past abuses and move a society towards a new, forward-looking, peaceful and inclusive future. Transitional justice processes can include criminal justice that prosecutes violators with the aim of restoring public trust in the rule of law, reforming institutions to prevent future violence, community-based traditional mechanisms that can help bring justice to victims and survivors, truth-telling so that the experiences of victims and survivors are heard and not forgotten, if possible, forgiveness and reconciliation on a personal, intercommunal and national level, and lastly, reparations to try to compensate for harms suffered. Why do you need a gendered perspective in transitional justice? Because it shows how women and men are affected differently during conflict. It helps determine what crimes should be investigated and sheds light on invisible crimes such as sexual slavery, forced sterilisation, and the lasting consequences such as HIV/AIDS, children born of rape, losing a breadwinner. A gender lens also allows women and men to determine what justice means to them and how they want to move ahead with their lives. For example, in post-war Sierra Leone, 65% of women ex-combatants wanted to join women's organisations to help others. A gender lens also reveals that men and women's contributions to investigations are equally important because they hold different information. Finally, a gender lens can highlight the different needs of single-parent families after war and help alleviate the burdens on war widows and widowers. 5 steps to ensure a gender-sensitive transitional justice process. 1. Consult and inform the public about how justice, truth and reconciliation should be balanced. There's no perfect solution, but transparency helps build trust in the process. 2. Ensure that commissions and tribunals consult with women and men to hear how they want the process to be determined and what outcomes they want. 3. Ensure that there is a balance of women and men in the process and that they have gendered expertise. 4. Partner with women's organisations so they can help shape, inform and monitor processes. 5. Consider the logistical, security and trauma assistance needs of witnesses. Allow witnesses to speak in their own language. Protect witnesses, like giving them options of how to testify. Have on-site trauma care and provide childcare. What outcomes could you aim for? Political or security figures that have a record of abuse are not reinstated. Laws and justice systems that discriminate or limit human rights are reformed. Authority from central government is passed to local areas. Land seized by the government and armed actors is returned to its rightful owners. Community reparations and victim support programs that include women are fully funded. Trauma counselling and care for rape and torture survivors and those disabled in war are integrated into National Health Service. National memorials to victims and symbols of unity are created to help healing and foster pluralism and social cohesion. And national history curricula is changed to accurately reflect the diverse experiences of all communities and sectors of the population. The legacy of a transitional justice process should be a nation with good rule of law and sense of belonging and dignity for all, so that past violence and oppression are not forgotten, but never repeated.